Hi, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sonali Ray. I am a sailor with a company called MSC, stands for Military Seaworth Command. And I recently got a couple questions from y'all. Though I have like a ton of videos talking about the process, I think I'll go through it one more time because you guys keep asking me the same things. Um, let's start. Again, welcome. So some people were asking about um, dental. So, what I know industry wide is if you're on a ship, specifically with MSC, and you have dental pain or mouth pain, uh, that has to be taken care of. So, if you can't get it resolved in a certain country, then you will go home. So, of course, to avoid all of that, they would like to have you prior to coming to the MSC have all of your dental stuff in order. I know that if you are going to the union specifically like SIU, you have to prove that your teeth are in order, right? Um, so that may be a challenge for you coming on, like for onboarding. You may or may not be able to continue. I don't think you will be able to continue unless everything is up to par, honestly. So if mouth pain or cavities or you need a bridge or whatever needs to be taken care of, you're gonna have to take care of that before you start coming out here. That's just how it is. Um, I reminiscent on my experience with Neo, and I remember that security check was probably the scariest part of our lives. Like, um, there used to be a cafeteria where they actually sold food in the NEO building. That's been gone for years now. And I remember we all went to get, food, but we start seeing people fall off the bandwagon. When I mean fall off the bandwagon, once they go to security and security deem them not fit to continue the onboarding process, you have to leave right then and there. Find your own way back to the hotel, check out by a certain time. Otherwise, you got to pay the bill. So that class was a big class. Started at like 40 something people. And literally people just kept falling off, falling off, falling off. And I've never been so nervous in my life because you don't know what they're getting, put out for. You don't know what they did or what they didn't do or what they didn't divulge or whatever because you're going to go through a lot of questions. And me and other people were so nervous. I was petrified. I was like, oh my God, did I tell them everything? What did I do? And one of the questions was, have you ever gotten fired off a job? And the truth is, yeah, prior to MSC, I did get fired from a job. And I worked for a cruise line at that time out of Rhode Island. Okay. If you know, you know. And it was pretty much a racist place. But I remember that job. I could prove that I was in the right. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up being terminated from a job and they had to pay me unemployment up until the time I got in MSC, which was pretty dope. Because Rhode Island plate unemployment is pretty high. So I got into NEO, and again, we had to go to the security clearance part. And you have to go back there and talk to them and answer whatever question they have, specifically, why did you get fired, right? So, God, I I'm not real good with like making things pretty. Like I just tell things like it is, and that has is a gift and it has made some challenges for my life. So, when I answered the question about being fired, it was digitally, right? Well, we used to have the equip is digital when I got in. So, I don't know how they do it now. So, I'm writing everything out and I was like, what you got fired for? And I put, well, apparently it's not okay to correct your supervisor when they say something wrong or something like that. Like I said it pretty sassy because I was young and spicy. So I thought that I had backtracked it and changed it, because I realized I was speaking in like out of anger or reacting. So I thought I changed it. Apparently I didn't. And it still got pushed through. And the investigators saw it. And when I got in the room, she just looked at me and she was like, she said I had to tell her who I was, of course. And she said, I knew it was you. She said, I just figured it was you. At that point, I didn't know what she was talking about. I'm like, I said, what do you mean? She said, well, apparently it's not okay to correct your supervisor, blah, blah. And I was so embarrassed. Like, I thought I was going to get fired. I said, they're not going to push me through. I'm going to have to go all the way back home right now. And back then, I didn't have necessarily the means to do so or the desire because I wanted to be a sailor, you know? And I was so scared. Like, I maybe peed a little bit. I don't know. But I know I was very nervous. And she just bust out laughing. And so did everybody else. They was like, yo, you did that? You said, you know. And she was like, look, having that type of personality might service you well out here. I don't know how right she was about that, but I've been able to express myself. If you've come to this channel, you see it. So, yeah, that was my experience. A lot of us thought we were going to get fired because people were getting fired for everything. Some people didn't check their credit and didn't divulge that they had this on their credit. Side note, you're not going to get fired if you are in debt, but you have to make arrangements and you have to divulge that you're in debt. Some people just weren't, they didn't do it, and I don't know why, but they didn't. And then they got kicked out. So, and then some people was like, yo, I got fired and I ain't tell, you know. So just be as truthful as possible, right? You may not remember everything, but you better tell the stuff you do and make sure that you were able to back it up. Because I got fired from a different job and I definitely had to divulge that shit. I was like, I did correct that other woman and I did get fired for that. And they did have to pay me for it. So that was just a little quick video. This is just a little quick video about how NEO works. And again, because I do have another video that talks about NEO, but y'all ain't listening. So I'm going to tell you again. These are some of the little quick stories that I do have. I have a ton of them, but I know I haven't been as interactive. My apologies. I got a lot going on. I always say that, but I'm moving. That's what I got going on. I'm about to move. So moving into a new place. And this is really crazy because you don't know what you got until you got to move. So there's that. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully I can make more videos soon. And hopefully you guys have an amazing day if you're watching this in a day, and a phenomenal night if you're watching this at night. And if you have any more questions, comments, or concerns, you can reach out to me. But please understand that I make these videos in detail just from a place of being kind. I know I don't have to, but I want to help people. But if you choose to do a private session with me, that is monetized because I do take, you know, my time is important to me. I do have other things outside of this channel. So just keep that in mind. It's totally okay if you don't want to. I'm not really pressed if you do or don't. Just don't think that you're going to come in and just ask me a ton of questions and I'm just going to keep. No, you got to book a session. If you can't get the answers here, you're not willing to watch the videos, that's fine. You're going to have to book a session if you want the information from me. Anyway, I just thought I might put that in there. And hopefully you guys have a good day. And again, I'm Sonali Ray. If you think that I've earned your like and your share, please do so. It helps me to continue what I'm able to do here. And there's so many other opportunities that you can have just from starting this little spark with MSC. So please don't think that when you get here, you're stuck. Because for a long time, I definitely thought that I was going to be stuck, you know, that I was going to be here and I couldn't get out. And that's just not true. But we'll talk about that some other time. Have a wonderful night. Goodbye.